Hello there, dear YouTubers. My name is King1993, and today is another day of me trying to explain another Snowbreak Containment Zone character. And today's character is gonna be none other than Yao Winter Solstice. Now, here's the thing: I'm gonna be calling her Winter Yao. Okay, the thing is, Winter Yao is a lot more easier to say than saying Winter Solstice Yao. Okay, now here's the thing: when it comes to getting Winter Yao, you'll have to understand the main reason of getting her is because in this game at the beginning, intermediate, or let's say advanced player, the thing about this character is very useful when you are trying to shoot an enemy which is extremely powerful but the enemy is in a very long distance. Okay, now the overall question remains is, okay, I can get that, but other than that, what are the main weapon or the main weapon or the, what should I call it, alternative weapon for this character, and what is the main logistics and the alternative logistics for this character. We'll be talking about all of this part. Now, do understand this is a beginners and intermediate guide only, and meta player will not be able to benefit from this video because I am a free to play player, and as a free to play player, the amount of resources I am gonna be getting are extremely limited. So because of that reason, I cannot make a meta guide here, okay, but a guide for the beginner and intermediate players only. Okay, so first of all, let's go to this echo section, and once you go to the echo section, you'll see that there are two places here, this and this. Obviously, this is a limited time banner. This, once this character is gone, this character must need to come back again in order for you to actually pull for this character. Other than that, the question remains is, okay, what about this one? This one is a standard banner, and this standard banner character is gonna be like this for a very long period of time, and the chances of you actually getting your Winter Solstice is gonna be very low. What do I mean by that? Here's the thing: I was able to get Leafy Wild Hunt from this place, and then I actually used the selector, okay, a strength selector, to get Winter Solstice. So that's basically how it happened. Okay, now if you were to ask me, then how can you get this character? Let's say when this banner ends and Winter Solstice were to be appear in this place, you can basically try to go for Winter Solstice from that place. Okay, now other than that, the question remains is, okay, then what about her weapon? Now here's the thing: when it comes to her weapon, there is a 50% chance of you actually getting her weapon from this banner here. Okay, what do I mean by that? Well, every time you try to get a orange color weapon, it is gonna cost you about 60 pulls. But here is the thing: the 60 pulls is basically gonna be 50%. So basically speaking, if you were to pull for a character, sorry, if you try to pull for a weapon, if the first weapon is not the weapon which you wanted to get, then in the second 60 pulls you'll be able to get them. So the amount of resources you need in order to do that is actually very high, but the amount of resources that you can get on a regular basis is actually very low, which is the digicash. Okay, so compared to that, I would say that there is another method. What is the method? If you go to this shop section here and go to this circulation hub and go to this select UART, you'll see that there is this UART code. And the good thing about this UART code is every time you try to pull for a weapon or a character, you'll be getting this UART code for as a bonus. So from that point of perspective, once you have enough of them, just go and collect the weapon which you need. For that reason, let's say you need a Space Cowboy, which is the main recommended weapon for Winter Yao. So this one is gonna be the best one. Other than that, if you were to ask me, okay, it is a long process, but what alternative can I use at the moment? The alternative which you can use at the moment is go to this archive and go to this weapon collection section and then click on sniper rifle. Now do understand that this weapon here is gonna be a weapon which you will be able to get for free whenever you try to pull for a new, what should I call it, a new sniper character. But this is not a very good option. Now majority of the people in the Discord server of Snowbreak Containment Zone are gonna say, upgrade this 3-star weapon. No, don't do that. I have a stigma against that, because the thing is, the amount of resources you need for this weapon and for this weapon are gonna be the same, but compared to that, the overall attack of this is gonna be 528, whereas the attack of this weapon is gonna be 635, and this one is gonna be 625. 10 points less compared to this one, but at least you should be able to do a lot better with these two 4-star weapon. Why? Because the amount of damage you are getting is higher compared to this one, and the amount of resources you need are gonna be the same, which is why it would be better if you just try to go for these two instead of this one. Okay, now Other than that, if you were to ask me, okay, what about this? This is the main weapon for her. Obviously the overall damage is going to be extremely high, which is 729, and not only that, the ammo capacity might be low, but it is not a problem for Winter Solstice. Okay, so overall this is basically the weapon recommendation. Now when it comes to the recommendation of logistics officers, okay, you'll have to understand that if you go to this operative section, click on view details and click on recommended, then you will see that there are two options here: purple color, which is a 4-star, and gold color, which are basically 5 stars. So if you were to ask me, okay, which one should you be getting, well, you should be getting the gold color one. Why? Because here is the thing, both of them are gonna be free to get. So why go for the purple one when you can go for the gold one? Now the question is, where can you get the gold one? You can get the gold one for the shop and go to the circulation hub and then go to logistics officer, and you will be able to get this Amano Yugato squad. Okay, now here's the thing, you will be needing at least 50 personal limit to get one of them. So within 150 personal limit, you will be able to get all 3 of them. Now here's the thing, where can you get those? You can get those in 2 places. One is from 3 places. One is from Gigaling, another one is from these upper teams logistic officers, another is by dismantling them when you have them in the storage. Okay, for example, here it is, dismantling them will be giving you at least 10 points. Okay, now here's the thing, instead of doing that, the best option for you is to go to this Gigaling section. Okay, and then if you were to do this 100 neural connection for 2 weeks, then you will be able to get total 200 of these. Okay, as you can see here, 100, you will be able to get 200. So once you get 200, you will be able to pull for 3 of those logistics officer. Okay, now here is the thing, you can also do that same thing here, but the thing about this one is you'll have to choose this one and then play this several times, and then you will be able to increase this point and choose the whichever one you need. And that is a waste of resources, because you need a lot more of these silver bucks, okay, than wasting your resources on this place. So I highly suggest that you go to this Gigaling area to actually do that. Okay, now after all of these are done, which type of recommended weapon and officer logistics you should be logistics officer you should be getting, the next question is how to use this character, or what about the neuronics? Now here's the thing, overall you can basically increase the neuronics of any character to their max potential, but here is the thing, at the end of this large one, you'll need this golden color one. Okay, now other than that, the question remains is, okay, should I upgrade all of them eventually? Yes, you will have to upgrade all of them eventually. Now why is that? Because the thing is, the more you upgrade them, the more stronger they are going to be getting. For example, this one is fully upgraded, as you can see here. And here's the thing, if I were to reset them, the thing that is going to be happening is all of the neuronics is gonna get off this character, but those neuronics cannot be used on this character. Okay, so careful where you use the neuronics, because once you establish them within one character, it cannot be taken over to another character. So that's the whole issue here. Okay, now if you are knowing how you are playing your characters well, then obviously upgrading all of them like this is not going to be a very bad choice. As you can see here, this one is basically done. Now the next one is going to be this one. Okay, so that's basically how you should be eventually upgrading all of them. And it is not a matter of whether you should be upgrading them or not, you will have to upgrade them in order to get the maximum amount of benefit out of them. Okay, I just need to upgrade this one, and then I should be able to get this recruitment material. Okay, now other than that, if you were to ask me, okay, how do you use this character? Well, here's the thing, if I go to this place here, Gigaling, okay, not Gigaling, maybe this neural simulation, and then click over this place. Okay, and okay, everything is fine. Now let's enter this place here. I'll be demonstrating you some of the reason why you should be using this character. Okay, and or how to use this character. First of all, when it comes to this character, it doesn't matter which weapon you give her. If you are planning on shooting at an enemy which is very long distance away, then this is a beneficial thing. For example, if I were to use this submachine gun, the attack cannot hit there from the place where I am standing. Okay, it is not possible. But if I were to
Alright,
use
fine,
Winter
sure.
Solstice and just shoot there, you can definitely see the pillar is basically activated. Okay, so when the pillar lifts up, it basically means that the pillar is basically taking damage, or let's say if the enemy is at that place, the enemy is taking damage. Now let me re-enter this place. Normally that thing doesn't get activated, the enemy, that is. So that is point number 1. Now what is point number 2? Point number 2 is, because
Better
of
get
the skill
serious.
capability of this character, what basically happens is, if you were to, let's say, out of bullets, okay, and then you use this skill, then what happens is it basically gets fast reload.
You're a nut. Going to like this.
Okay, so that's the main benefit of this character, that it doesn't matter if your weapon is extremely low on bullets or not, this will basically make up for it. Now, so from that point of perspective, if your weapon has a total bullet capacity of 5, and then if you were to have another 5 of these, you will basically be able to shoot at the enemy up to 10 times very easily without any worries. Okay, now other than that,
So,
if you were to
you
ask me,
realize
okay,
you need me
what
then?
is the QTE of this character? The QTE of this character is, let's say the enemies are coming closer to you, and then you immediately use Z. Okay, then basically it will put a pillar on this place, and it will create a boundary, and any of the enemies that are in the boundary is gonna take damage. Now about the boundary thing is that it will basically cause the enemy to get fly up into the air and then fall onto the ground and make them take damage, but also at the same time it is not going to be working on enemies that are extremely heavy, or let's say boss type of enemy. It is not going to work on boss type of enemy. They will only take damage, but they will not get flipped in the air. Okay, so that is the thing. Now the last thing about this character is this character's ultimate. Now, because I do not have this character's ultimate, the thing I can do is go to this website, which goes by the name snowbreaks.fandom.com, and then give you a demonstration of how this works. So this is called the resurrection, searing resurrection. Now in this searing resurrection, okay, the page is taking a bit time to load. Why is it taking time to load? Okay, let me refresh this page. Okay, here it is. So when you basically use the ultimate ultimate skill, it basically gives you 5 bullets or maybe 6 bullets, and when you shoot at the enemies, all of the weapon type damage are gonna be changed into fire type. Basically speaking, the weapon which I have given,
Alright, fine,
Winter
sure.
Solstice, is basically a weapon that belongs to Ice Yao character. Okay, but because you are gonna be using the ultimate of this character, this ultimate skill is gonna turn this ice damage into fire damage. So that's basically how this character's ultimate works. Okay, and it's gonna take a bit time to shoot at the enemy, because every time you basically shoot at the enemy, it charges up fast, it charges up and then shoot at the enemy, so it's gonna take a bit time. So that's basically how this character works. Now after you have seen the whole part of this video, you will finally be able to understand what I am saying about this character. Is this a very good character? Yes, this is a very good character. This character is able to change its weapon damage type from one type to another by making them completely fire when you are basically using this character's ultimate. So from that point of regards, if you are planning on getting an alternative weapon for this character, then I highly recommend that you get the following weapon, which is gonna be this one, because every time you basically hit the weak spot of an enemy, it recovers S energy. Or you can get this one, which will basically, S energy is skill energy. Okay, and this is the ultimate energy. Every time you basically hit the weak spot of an enemy, it will recover the ultimate energy. So that's basically how this character works. So after the end of this video, the main thing remains is, if you find this video interesting regarding of which type of weapon and which type of logistics officer you should be getting, to make this character as efficiently as possible, then please give a like and subscribe and click the bell notification icons to get more of this type of topic on a regular basis. Thank you and see you again next time.